Hi everybody, I'm Laurie from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, and welcome to the Monday Club.
It's Monday, it's 7th, and the Bronx are fueled. It's time for the Monday Club, featuring your host, Jennifer Kirk, with the help of Puppet Monkey and a wizard called Gandalf. Featuring the sounds of the Glastonbury Symphony Orchestra and the musical stylings of Gordon, the Music Maestro. Let's get ready to Loco!
Exclusive Monday Club William Loudon Sons Palbrick Wagon is now available from Rails of Sheffield. Order yours now with confidence. A big hello to you. So great to see you and hope I find you well. I'm Jenny Kirk and we're here in the loft with Where Yard for Monday Club. So great to see all of you. We've got Patrick Ling, Flymo Chairman 1, Shedmouth Junction, Valleys 56XX, Andy Stewart, Peter Jackson, Jeedle Heath, Leslie Gilpin, Railways, Alex Dent, Zantec, Patrick Ling, Wamgok, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, Exar Kun 42, Alan Pollock, Ham Shackleton, Mousehole Rail, Malcolm Moore, Robert Becking, Michael Rose, Phil Metcalf, Stefan Svensson, hello to you, great to see you, hope I find you well. James Hardy, Harry Sedgwick, Joshua W56 says, what's up? The ceiling! Nigel Cole, B. Mozza, Stevie Film, big hello to each and every one of you. I hope you're well. And here in the UK, it's Bank Holiday Monday. That basically means watching it rain whilst you watch James Bond films and contemplate the barbecue that you can't have because it's pouring down with rain. So, and okay, so, hold on. Let me just give the jukebox a prod. That sounds like a tumble of clowns might be in. It's always a straggler, isn't there? So, we got John JMC, our guru of sound, and Rick Morley says, hope the turnips got to their turnip. What do you tell people when I'm away?
I told them that there was an emergency situation, that you needed to deliver, you needed to transport 2 tons of telephones to Torquay. I certainly didn't say you needed to send 20 tons of turnips to Tesco.
That's funny, because I answered one of those telephones and they said it was for you. They wanted their jokes back. So, John...
The 1930s called, they want their jokes back.
Yeah, John JMC, our guru of sound, says, I've been playing with a 5-inch gauge A4. I know, I saw the photos. Looks very, very nice. Bo Minnick says, it's not a holiday here. Hello, Jenny and Zoe. I know, well, it's not really a holiday here anymore. It's now a school night, so, but not for me. I'm not working tomorrow. I have given myself...
It's not a school night for Jenny, my goodness.
I have given myself Tuesday off. So,
You've given yourself a few things.
Okay. So, Cupboard Monkey.
Hello.
What's in the news? Well, I know what's in the news. First of all, we have got a slew of announcements from Rapido Trains. So Rapido Trains have released the livery sample of the E-Class, the Metropolitan E-Class 044, and it looks incredible, I have to say. Really looking forward to that one. We've also seen news that the Titfield Thunderbolt sets and the coaches and stuff to go with those are on their way, so really looking forward to those. We've also had an announcement from them of the 44XX Prairie Tank. Now, I was wondering about this. I don't know how many people are up on this, but what is the main difference between the 44XX and the 45XX? Because Bachmann have had the 45XX in their catalogue for quite some time. You can get it DCC ready. It's not a bad model, actually. I've got one of them, and I quite like it. So it's nice to see that rather than go head-to-head with an existing model, that Rapido Trains have chosen what appears to be a very slightly different locomotive, which, you know, I do approve of that. We've also got from Rapido the announcement of the Manning Wardle L-Class with enclosed cab and a plain backhead version.
Enclosed cab?
Yeah, enclosed cab. So we got James Pett, yes, do approve of that. Jamie Smith, Jerry BVR, the Growler Blackwood N-Gauge layout, Lids Crafts and Doctor Who, Upwell and Onwards as well. Says, hello everyone from New Zealand. Good news, thanks to the stuffed knee and hospital trip, I can watch the full stream. Oh, that seems to be, there's a cloud there, but it does have a silver lining, but you get well soon.
Do all your clowns have silver linings?
I don't know. Clowns? Yeah, we seem to have lots and lots of clowns. Remember, it's only funny if it's a small car and lots of you. If you climb out of a stretched limousine, it's not funny. James Pett says, I also approve of different locomotives. I bet you do. And Wolfsex Scenics PW, big hello to you as well. Harry Sedgwick says, oh yes, Rapido Trains UK is the Titfield Thunderbolt train pack set. I'm rather looking forward to it.
I saw the Titfield Thunderbolt film the other day.
Was that the first time you'd seen it?
First time I'd seen it. And I was very confused because they make this huge thing in the train sets and all of the news that's been on about it.
What, about the Lion locomotive?
About the Lion and the Y thing with the house on and all of that.
The Laureate Y.
The Laureate Y. And all of them are in the last 10 minutes of the film.
Well,
and the weirdest thing is that it's not a massive thing that's made out of.
Valley's 56XX says the 44XX had smaller drivers, 45XX flat tank, and 4575 had larger drivers. Now I know. So thank you for that information. But I do think it's a great thing that they're doing a prairie tank, but they're not going head-to-head with, albeit quite an older Bachmann model, but it still does hold its own. And you can get the 45XX from Bachmann second-hand for not that much money. It's another one of those sort of sleeper bargains. We talked about the N-Class before, and actually arguably the 45XX is even better because you can get it DCC ready. James Hardy asks, is there any 44XX preserved? I don't know. I've stood next to what I assumed was a 45XX at the engine house at the Severn Valley Railway. Jake Eaton 127 says, I heard Daypol are making a Class 88. Has anyone else heard about that? I think so, yeah.
You've got to be careful with the Class 88. If you get it up to speed, you go back in time.
AH says TARDIS behind the large water tower. Well spotted, actually. I thought that one might fox people because it has never been in that location before.
Yeah, because we can't get to it.
Yeah, well, we can, obviously. Right, so we keep an eye on the camera.
I am keeping an eye. I was watching it not work.
Right. And on the subject of James Pett, James Pett very, very kindly sent a sample of 1980s moquette in the form of a pencil case. This is been arranged by James Pett, so we do approve of this. And I remember going to school on buses that had this for their seats. So this really does take me back. So it's interesting material, and thank you very much for that, James. I do approve. And I will be loading this up. In fact, let's make a start. I have my purple pen here, and I'm going to put my purple pen into the moquette pencil case. So thank you so much for that. And that's come from it says shed number 2. What have we got from shed number 2? This is British Rail, Bournemouth Blue, 1960s to 2000, and covered the whole of the UK. So thank you so much, James Pett. David Scott says 44XX had lower boiler pressure and slightly higher tractive effort. I'm looking forward to the 44XX. We also had the official confirmation of the S160. I have known about that being in the planning for something like 18 months for reasons. So I've been waiting and waiting, and actually reached a point where I thought, did I imagine the fact that I learned that they're doing an S160? But actually, luckily, I wasn't imagining it, and it did get announced. We also have had an announcement from Bachmann about some regional exclusives. Now, they do like to do this to support their retailers. And the latest ones that I've seen, I've only seen the ones for Yorkshire and north of England, and I think they cover Scotland as well. And there's a pair of Class 20s. I know 2100 was one of them, and I think the other one might be 2048. So they are always in demand. The regional retailer specials, so do look out for those. Bachmann USA have also shared some photographs of the Talyllyn Railway Fletcher Jennings locomotives. So we've got Dolgoch and Talyllyn herself, aka Rheneas and Skarloey from Thomas the Tank Engine books, but these are in their genuine Talyllyn Railway guise. And they do look really nice. A whole slew of different liveries. And these are sure to be very, very popular. Certainly the Thomas the Tank Engine 009 models have been very popular on grey import. And a lot of people I've seen, there's a whole aftermarket sales for these with 3D printed smokebox doors. So you can turn them back into a more normal looking locomotive. You can get some of the other locomotives like Rusty as well. And I think Duncan, Sir Hayden and Peter Sam are available. But the ones which Bachmann USA, well, Bachmann UK is announcing that they're importing are the Talyllyn and also the Dolgoch, which I'm really looking forward to. The prices don't seem too bad in the grand scheme of things. And I think they're certainly going to prove very, very popular. Staying with the subject of 009, we've also had the announcement from Pico that the large Englands are now at last on their way. There'd been a lot of rumours that Pico were going to be doing the large Englands, and a lot of speculation. Pico and Cato in the partnership were very tight-lipped on this, as you would probably expect, but they have now broken cover with that announcement. So we're seeing Welsh Pony being offered up, but also, slightly surprisingly, Little Wonder, which is the large England, which never made it. Actually, was the one that got away. It was condemned in, I think, the 1930s, but portions of it, in fact, arguably enough of it to have justified restoration in this day and age, did survive at Boston Lodge Locomotive Works through into the 1950s, so actually into the preservation era, and were cut up for scrap, which is quite sad really, and I'm sure that the modern day Festiniog Railway would have appreciated Little Wonder being available to restore, although Palmerston was one of the small Englands which Pico and Cato have announced is coming in the next batch of the small England locomotives, as another locomotive that could quite easily have been scrapped in that early preservation period, but thankfully did survive and was eventually restored. So we're going to be seeing Palmerston being offered, plus the Welsh Pony and Little Wonder. And we've got a few different livery options. Now, if anybody's wondering, I have spoken with Steve Haynes at Pico about these, just inquiring about the tooling. And the terms large England and small England are a little bit misleading because the size difference isn't a huge amount, and it's mostly to do with the cab. So we've also got different pattern wheels. The large Englands have solid wheels, the small Englands have spoked wheels. Now this will be correct between the two, although the cab will be the same between the two. But There are some small differences that they have been able to incorporate, but by and large you'll probably find that most people would be hard-pressed without it being pointed out to spot the differences between a large England and a small England. But certainly really am looking forward to those. And I suppose slightly oddbally, I think the one which I'll probably be trying to pick up is Little Wonder. You've got a little joke over there. Do you want to share it with the group?
This has got to be the best title for a YouTube video I've seen in a long time.
Okay.
Today I found out, just put out a video called How to Save 2 Million Trees Per Year by Simply Not Being Dirty Asses.
Well, is this so basically as long as you just do one up, one down and one to polish?
No, that's all it says.
I think the idea of that is to try and get you to go watch the video.
Yeah.
It's what we call clickbait.
Clickbait.
Yeah. Could you give the one with the green brake fan a little bit of a push? It seems to have stalled out there. Push it forward. And, oh, yeah, just...
Go on, you know you want it.
I think you've managed to... That is weird, actually.
It's absolutely not moving.
Okay, well, let's see now.
So, while you're doing that, we've had a message on the Monday Club Facebook page.
Huh.
And this is
weird.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring this up on the small screen there. Press this.
Okay.
So what we've got here is from George Adaway Fenner, who says, if anyone tries to sell this locomotive unboxed, it may well be the one that was stolen from the club Exeter Junction Model Railway Club 83C. Has a DCC chip. It was his model. He was planning to sell it. It's a Hellion Class 26/1. Running number DS339.
No, D5339.
Aye.
And the SKU number that it matches up with, although it will be most likely offered without the box because the box was not stolen with it. The SKU, which basically the catalogue number, is 2608. And they've asked if if you do come across this being offered for sale, if you could direct message them. That's George Adaway Fenner on Facebook. It's likely, but most likely to be in the Devon area. That was where it was taken from. But do keep an eye out for that. Now, it's unfortunately, I know that Judith Edge Kits, Mike Edge, did post that one of his stolen models turned up, and there's been a bit of a hoo-ha about this. And he knows it's his model because it was the display model. This is Mike Edge. It was the PWM, and it has no motor in it because it's the kit he built and lovingly painted. Didn't need a motor, so he didn't fit it with one because all it needed to do was be on display. It's disappeared for, I think in the post I saw, about 5 years or so, and then it reappeared being offered for sale. So they do resurface, and certainly our experience here when I got burgled, where the shed got broke into and the thieving little scumbags stole a lot of my stuff, we got descriptions out, and George Adaway Fenner is doing exactly the right thing, getting descriptions out. I'm just going to move back over to...
Yeah, that's fine.
But getting the description out there is the best thing to do. We did that, and my stuff was actually discovered being listed on eBay for peanuts by somebody handling stolen goods. They claimed they bought it from someone down the pub, and it's like, yeah, pull the other one, you thieving.
Pull the other one, it's got bells on. Don't pinch the bells.
Yes. SJ Train World says, whoop whoop, evening everyone. Oh, there's a degree of lateness. Oh, it's like he's got some kind of sonic hearing for this, haven't you, Gandalf?
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thank you, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And Gandalf, whilst you're looking for biscuits, could you go to the shop and get some? Because we haven't got any.
Do you want me to go and get some biscuits?
No.
Are you actually hinting to get biscuits?
No, I'm not hinting. I'm hinting that Gandalf should occasionally chip in and buy his own. Right. Partick Hill Station, big hello to you. We've got James Hardy Harry Sedgwick says, I got an Acura Scale Locomotion Models, the Railway Museum Children Wagon Collection triple pack. They are nice, actually. I've got three. I think I've got 3 of the children packs, and they really are nice. And yes, Ben Davis. Aha. I think that Ben Davis has exposed themselves as having arrived late by asking if I'd heard about the Rapido S160. Gandalf?
A Monday clubber is never late to do wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. We flushed you out through a bit of deduction there. DJK666 says, I arrived when I meant to from the kitchen. I'm sure Gandalf would approve of arriving when you mean to from the kitchen.
Absolutely.
So, Jen, I have a question for you.
I know you do.
Here is the
the sound shed.
The Daypole sound shed.
Okay.
Which one goes to which? Which wire goes to
It
which?
doesn't
Given that
matter.
they're both black.
Right. So, what we're going to do...
Seriously, are we going to do this?
Yeah, you're getting excited, aren't you? Right. Let's see. I think you need to turn it right way up and then waft something past it. I think you got a dud. Were there not some other bits with it?
Yeah, there's these.
What are they?
They go onto the rails.
Oh. Oh, is that how it gets power?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, we're doing a little bit of... let's just see if I can... Right, try wafting again. Slowly. Right, the sound shed's not doing its thing.
Huh.
Okay, well, we'll look into that, shall we? Hot Dog Pilot Andy says, all my thoughts are in Dutch. Ah, all my thoughts are in gibberish.
Where's that from? Gibraltar?
No, unfortunately not. DJK666 says, I bring plentiful stir fry. Oh! Now, in other news, what else have we got? The
Well, you
Hellion,
lost some marbles.
the Hellion 10800, which is one of the... it was originally ordered by the LMS, delivered in about 1952 to British Rail. It's one of the early testbed diesel locomotives. And it ran with BR until 1959, was then sold to, I think it was Brush Traction, who then used it as an engine test bed and didn't get scrapped until the mid-1970s. And essentially, there's a model of this available in BR early black, early emblem with silver bogey frames, or BR green later crest. Although a lot of people are arguing, they're not entirely sure whether it would have run in the BR green, but it is being offered and being very popular in that. So that is now available in the shops and selling quite well. So a lot of people pick that up.
Try it again. Let's see if we can...
Yeah, hold on. Shed might... Now, Richard Swiderski, no, we're not plugging it into DCC. I'm using my DC test track, which is why we're doing it down here. The S160, Ben Davis, that's how we knew you must be late, because the S160, we have already mentioned that. Right, so let's see if we can...
See if we can get it to work.
Okay, so I'm going to put it on the track.
Are you sure that's the right track?
It is now. Right, go on. I don't know. Does it need to detect the impedance of the track? I don't know. It's not doing its thing. Right,
It's just not doing it.
Let's not mess about with that anymore. It's not a loco. It's the sound shed, the Daypole sound shed. This is a very old product. This is does go back a way, so you can reassemble that. We'll have a play with it some other time. V_DBY, evening to you. John Walters says hello.
The operating
and hi.
distance can vary between 2 inches and 7 inches. That was very close.
Iron Horse Railways, big hello to you. SJ Train World. I'm just having a look at some of the new names there. And don't forget to tickle the like button. Share this video to social media and let other people know about this video. And if you haven't already done so, then do please consider subscribing to the channel, ringing that bell. Yeah, you know the drill.
Ring the bell.
And anyway, right.
Ring the bell.
In the post arrived something rather fun. So I've got a letter with it, and this came from 3B Rail. And they said, "Dear Jenny and Zoe," that's us.
It is.
"I hope you are both keeping well. Please find enclosed a small fun gift which I hope you will enjoy. By way of explanation, a few weeks ago on the live stream from the Rails Rummage event, there was a bit of banter about Jenny having made making purchases as to whether it was wise to let her go unsupervised. No. I think the inference was that she would buy too much, as if she ever would. On one of Jenny's rummage excursions, Zoe stated that Jenny would buy anything if it had a tops number, even a toaster. Matt got 3B Rail thinking.
Oh no.
So, I present to you Topsy Toaster.
Yay! Hello, Topsy.
This is Topsy Toaster. See, we've got the Tops data plate on the back, and then we have got the Tops number, very important, on the front. And this is a real toaster. So thank you so much for that. And if you're wondering about the choice of a Tops number for Class 21, 3B Rail says, "P.S. The choice of Class 21 I thought was fitting, due to their habit of going on fire and thereby toasting themselves." So thank you so much for that. That was good fun. Topsy Toaster will be taking pride of place. Maybe, I mean, depending on the situation, we could even take it to the Rails September event next weekend. That we will be there with the Four Seasons layer.
Come and get your photo taken with Topsy Toaster.
So we might take Topsy Toaster to the Rails event. Big hello to Wardle Road, who really does like it, and Joshua W56 is Class 21 Tops number. Yeah, and dear Dapol, should you be doing another run of Class 21s, we need one with a Tops number on. I'm sorry, but Tops numbers improve everything, even toasters. Topsy Toaster.
I'm so tempted to put goggle eyes on it.
Yeah, I love as well the Class 21 Tops data plate. Does anybody know, did any Class 21 actually carry a Tops data plate? I don't know whether they lasted long enough to actually get those stuck on the side, but certainly none of them had a Tops number.
Is that toaster DCC fitted? Asks Smileys 56XX.
Sarah Davis says, "That reminds me of Talkie Toaster from Red Dwarf." Yeah, bloomin' should do, because that's the parody. And Stevie Film says, "You could sell anything, Jenny." I wish.
You tried to get on QVC, didn't you?
I have actually, at some point. No, I'm not going to show.
Do not show your QVC thing.
I still have somewhere the VHS tape that has my QVC. What do they call it? The name's
audition tape.
Audition tape. So I've got an audition tape for QVC, and that's from about 2002. King Fox Junction says, "Hi Jenny, sorry I'm late."
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks Gandalf. Ben Tullett says, "Next, a steam livery related kettle." But with the Tops number on. JDB says, "Will it toast brioche, but with the B and the R in capital, so brioche." Yeah, it works really well written down, but it's a bit hard to say and get the joke across. But yeah,
Brioche.
Brioche. Jennifer Horton says Hornby have posted decorated samples of the Turbomotive due in the autumn. Yes, absolutely. As a continuation of our pulse-pounding news, the Turbomotive from Hornby, they've showed samples of that. It looks quite interesting. 2 different liveries are available. We've got the LMS Crimson Lake and the BR Early Black. Certainly really interesting. Now, Jake Eaton 127 says there is an image online of a 21 in BR Blue. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it got TOPS data panels, though, just to point that out, because a lot of the early rail blue, or I think some of them were chromatic blue, locomotives predate certainly TOPS numbers, and I think the data panels as well. And interestingly enough, Daypol have not offered a class 21 in rail blue, because the 121 that got rail blue, I think, has different ends. It may have been in an accident. It had different cab fronts, which does make it different. Roger Wollstonholme says, Jenny, can I have my money back from when I bought London Bridge off you? I'm sorry, you touched it, you bought it.
You licked it. Can't take it back into stock now.
Yeah, and there's some debate about TOPS numbers. Classes 28 and 29 and 30 did not get TOPS numbers on the side, but classes 24, 25, 26 and 27 did. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says, I think TOPS started in 1973/74-ish. I think it was a little bit earlier than that. I thought it was 1972, but didn't really get fully underway until 73, 74. Although, interestingly enough, the class 52s, the last of those weren't withdrawn until 1977, and they were never officially given TOPS numbers on the side. Although I have seen what would have been 52015 in primer in the Swindon shops with the TOPS number 52015 chalked on the side. Harry Sedgwick says that's the North British Limited BR Type 2 diesel electric locomotive. Is a class 21 by North British Locomotive Company in Glasgow. For British Rail, built in 1958 to 1960 and retired in 1967 to 1968. Hold on.
It's a discussion about the class 21s.
Where did you find this?
Whatever it says at the top of the screen.
21s and 29 should have warranted a renumber, but I've selected it would have left one reg gap. Let's find a new range for the 29.
So the 21s became, what was left of them, became class 29.
No, a number of them got rebuilt as class 29. They were basically re-engined due to the laughable reliability.
But they didn't get any change to the numbers.
Yeah, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath, warships didn't get TOPS numbers. Hymex didn't at the time, although 35017 has appeared in Dutch livery in preservation with that TOPS number on. Ben Davis says, sorry Jennifer, where do you think going to get an update on the S160 was later as being at Swanage Railway today? I did say at the start of the live stream that the 3D render from the CAD program of the S160 has been shown, I think it was yesterday or the day before, the same time that Rapido was showing off the 44XX delivery samples for the Metropolitan E-Class, and also the announcement for the Manning Wardle L. They showed the render for the S160. Now, I know it's been in development for at least 18 months, because that's how long I've known about the S160. But as to how far along it is, that I don't think we will officially know. Manufacturers tend to like to keep things a little bit close to their chest.
they keep it on the down low so that they can make changes without worrying people.
Yeah. Going to the dog says, "Hi all, just joined the chat. Apologies for my late arrival, but as someone once said,
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to."
Thanks, Gandalf. TOPS stands for Total Operation Processing System, something like that. And Madden Steam Railway says TOPS numbers were first given in 1971, but the first TOPS data plates came in 5 years later in 1976. Although it's interesting that are we absolutely sure about that? Because I'm sure I've seen Class 15s with TOPS data panels.
According to the forum I was looking at there, it was announced in '68, and then there was a trial period, and then officially adopted in '73.
Right.
So there was a bit of a rollover period.
Yeah, and as I said before, Class 52s went all the way to 1977 without having TOPS numbers applied to them. B. Mozza says, "Jenny, can I send you a 7mm wagon kit to review?" Yes, certainly you can. Would love to do that. So I think you've already got the address to send to. If not, drop us a message and we'll sort that out. But thank you very much. Yes, we will take a look at that. And for anybody wondering what the state of play on the Garden Railway is, we have just today completed filming the next episode.
Yeah, so look forward to it on Friday.
Friday's video is an exciting update on the Garden Railway, and I'm sure you'll agree it's the one you've been waiting for.
Unless you haven't, in which case, yeah. So, Jen, as per the question for tonight's topic,
Yes.
what locomotive can you not do without?
I think if there was one locomotive, is it a specific locomotive, or are we talking about a type of locomotive?
And there we go. Immediately, Jen has the rules lawyer. So, what were you wanting
Rules
to talk
lawyer.
about?
Oh, why don't you turn the legal off?
I can't turn the legal off. I'm made of legal.
Yeah. So I'll answer both. So if there was a single locomotive that I couldn't do without, and that single locomotive has to be the ex-Lancashire and Yorkshire Pug, number 51222 that I have. It was a Hornby model, and it's the first locomotive that I bought in the super detail era when I got back into model railways. After university, I was working freelance as a journalist's assistant. Was doing local radio, and I've told this story before. I walked past what was actually then Bolton Model Mart in its previous location in Bolton. The location that is now Nuffy's Models, it later moved there, but it was previously in another location. And I can remember walking past that shop, and in the window they had the ex-Lancashire and Yorkshire Pug, and it just caught my eye, and I thought, want it. And it rekindled my entire interest in model railways, and I've had a very, very fond spot for that locomotive ever since. So if it was a single locomotive, it would have to be that one. And I know that there's some really big ticket items in my collection. You think, well, why would you save a Pug that you can get second hand for £35–40 when you've got some locomotives that are actually probably worth closer to £1,000? But it's, you know, on a sentimental scale, that's the one. If you're talking about a complete class of locomotives that I really would love to take with me, that would be the A4s, I guess. I love the A4 Pacifics. I've got a large collection. I think it stands at about 18, 19. Actually, I'm looking at them up there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'll just double check around. There's none on the layout. So 18 A4s in my collection. Colney123 says my loco would be a Daypole O-gauge pannier. Oh, they are nice. Flymo Chairman 1. I've got to do the voice. I'm sorry. I love my 08. I'm afraid the Father Jack voice breaks down at the end there. I love my 08. Ben Tullett says, strangely, my loco I would keep if anything happened would be my first loco, which was one of the first generation Hornby 040 D-Class tank engines, Queen Mary. Interestingly enough, based on a real prototype that was built, I think it was a pair of them built for GKN Chap down in South Wales. I think one was named King George V and the other one was named Queen Mary. And actually the King and Queen of the aforementioned names were invited to and did turn up to do the naming ceremony. Sarah Davis says, I think it would be a toss-up between Sir Nigel Gresley Britannia and a Swallow Class 43. Mike Lane TT120 says, on my TT120, it would have to be A4 Falcon. It looks just like Sir Nigel Gresley. I've actually got Falcon, but in BR Green, but in 00. Jake Ethan 127 says, I can't do without my Smoky Joe that has been modified to have a track rubber and a Hot Wheels DeLorean on top of the rubber, like the scene from Back to the Future 3.
I love that.
We need to see video of that. Larry Rogers says, for me, it's a Marks 464. That was the engine I got when I was 5. Found one on eBay, paid too much, but I had to have it. Donkeys Model Railway goes, one loco. Flymer Chairman 1 says, Gronks, choppers, rats. No, you can only have one. Madman Steam Railway says, absolutely. The locomotives that were given tops numbers in the beginning were mostly brand new locomotives. The full tops numbers and plates came in 1976, or at least that's what I was told. And that might explain why Class 04 diesel shunters never got tops numbers applied under BR service. I am aware of 04110 at the Battlefield line. But certainly in BR service, they never got tops numbers, even though the last few were still operating for BR when other locomotives, I think 47s, were getting tops numbers applied. Paul O'Donovan says, greetings from Ireland, Class 66's variety of liveries and variety of freight trains. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says, my favourite would either be a Class 25 or a Class 40. Mark Wilson says, Falcon, 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 the real one of the diesel, not the kettle. We've been spoilt actually a little bit. We've had all these prototype locomotives. And interestingly, to go back to the news, it's not a prototype locomotive, although I suppose you could argue they were a prototype that didn't really fly in terms of a prototype, but were still useful enough that they had quite a long service life. We have seen initial livery samples of the 4DD, the bullied 4DD in the green from KR Models. It does look rather good. Robert Cesare says, Jen, you couldn't decide which one to take, so you would put as many in a box and run out of the house. It'd be like supermarket sweep, wouldn't it? It'd be like, yeah, get in the trolley. Within Model Railway says, I have 3 versions of Falcon. Joshua W56 says, sometimes tops was never consistent with previous numbers. Yeah, there's certain, I think like the Class 08 diesel shunters, their tops numbers didn't necessarily follow in any semblance of covalency with the D numbers that they'd had previously. And I think as well the Class 25s, they didn't follow as well. But then when you had some of the other ones, they follow quite closely. Glenn Scott Train says, Hellion Class 33, Jenny Lewis. I've got that same one as well in the weathered BR green but with tops number. What's not to like about it? SJ Train World says, I'm off for the night. Have a great evening all. Look, you take care.
Take care. Thanks
It's
for coming
been
along.
great having your company, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Tim Krinsky says Alco C420 in Delaware and Hudson, or LNER Peppercorn A2 in LNER Maroon. I wasn't aware that the LNER did Maroon. But certainly the LNER Peppercorn A2 is a beautiful locomotive. I do have one. I've got Aberdonian somewhere up there. In fact, I think I'm looking right at it. I'm not going to get it down, but definitely a really, really great looking locomotive. Mark Wilson says the Class 45s were all over the place during tops numbering. Yeah, and there were some classes of locomotives where some of the locomotives had already been withdrawn, so things moved around quite a bit and closed up any gaps in the number series. I've a feeling that possibly the 08, there were ones which had been withdrawn and sold on. I think the NCB bought a lot. So there were gaps in the number series, but when they were renumbered into tops, they just shuffled the numbers about. What are we looking at?
Nothing, I was looking for something.
Peter Jackson Cheadle, he says 4106 was always in BR green with tops numbers. I'm not. It was at the end. It was repainted into that livery, but I think it had spent a period in rail blue because I think it's 25102 had the distinction of being the final locomotive in BR green with a tops number. So it basically survived into, I think it might even have been like very early 1980s, still in BR two-tone green, but I could be wrong on that. Although, interestingly enough, 01001 and 01002 survived in original BR black right through until about 1981. But they were sort of like the quirky outliers. They were numbered onto tops, and I have seen photographic evidence that both did get a tops number applied, although I think it's 01001, or it might have been the other one, and I can't remember which. Never actually ran with the tops number on. It got renumbered whilst it was under repair. The repairs were cancelled because they didn't need two locomotives, and it languished in that shed for about 10 years as effectively a potential source of spare parts for the sister locomotive. Model Railway Shed Dino says, I couldn't live without my blue Austrian railjet. Leslie Gilpin Railway says it was definitely still in its original paint in the late 70s. That's 4106. Wow. Jennifer Horton, yes, tops could not cope with locos ending with 000, so D9000 became 55022. And also D8000 actually became 20050. It basically became the 50th in the sequence, even though it was technically the very first. So D8001 became 20001, and D8000 got slotted in at 20050. And that's actually the one that's in the National Railway Museum. D8000, later 20050, was saved as being the first of the Class 20s, and she is in the National Railway Museum, looking very, very nice when I last saw it in plain green. Yes, okay, Indiana Cupboard Monkey. Right, anyway. Right, you can wait for... Just check the camera. There we go. Madden Steam Railway says, which locomotive could I not be without? I think it must be my Wainwright C-Class steam locomotive. But which livery? I'm thinking it might be number 592 in that really ornate Southeastern and Chatham Railway livery. the one that Bachmann released to test the water, say, I wonder if people will buy these pretty pre-grouping liveries, and boy did they. And I remember at one point they were changing hands over on eBay for about £550. Has calmed down a lot since then, but when you consider they were being sold, I think some of the shops were doing them for about £69. They were just in very short supply. But I did actually hear from Bachmann, from one of the Bachmann reps, he said they only made 300 of them. So technically, that C-Class, number 592, in the fully ornate Wainwright livery, is rarer than some of the special commissions. Rick Morley asks, what is the drink of choice, please? What are we drinking, anyway?
Oh, hokey cokey cokey.
Oh, yes, we're drinking Diet Coke. And, anybody wondering, yes, I have ripped off that stupid infantile cap that they now insist on polluting these bottles with. There we are. 1701, the filed flyer, says evening all. There's a degree of lateness going on there. Also, I think we've got PVHA Cloth Allen has turned up late as well.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And we've got J94 as well. Alan Reynolds of Buckland Junction. Colin Oldham says, I have 9 Class 73s. It would have to be one of those, or my LNER J15. And the J15, actually, another one of the unsung heroes from the Hornby range. I really like the J15s. I got one when they were going through the bargain bin. And it's like, what's not to like? It's a lovely, well-made model. But it just seems that Hornby kind of flooded the market with them, which is unfortunate. I'd love to see the J15 in its original Great Eastern Railway Prussian blue. Wiven Model Railway says 227 are in, only 82 likes. Do tickle that like button.
It.
Robert Cicera says, Zoe, did you start putting the building kit together?
Is that the Inoxian models one?
The Inoxian models, or was there something else you were supposed to be building?
I haven't put the Inoxian one together. I could do it right now.
You haven't built any buildings, have you?
No.
So, no.
I could build it right now.
Larry Rogers says, what happened to the Range Rover by the sheep? Oh no, we're changing it every week now. It's become a little bit of a thing, like the TARDIS.
Yeah, Gene Hunt's out at the moment.
No. That is not the Cortina. That is actually a Ford Consul, which looks a little bit... It's certainly the same colour as Gene Hunt's Cortina. But that's actually a Ford Consul, which is weird, because I thought it was either a Mark III or a Mark IV Cortina.
Is that by Gene's rival, Ian Gunt?
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Like your rival, Kenny Jerk.
Hanning's Rest
He's
Model
not
Railway
good,
says, I love my BR Black J15. Yeah, they are lovely models. Valley's 56XX says Reagan's Sweeney car. Oh, it's the Sweeney. So is that... See, I never watched the Sweeney. There's the certain progress, like the Sweeney, the Saint, and the Professionals.
We tried watching the Professionals. It was
interesting.
It felt like it was trying to be a hard-hitting show, but times have moved on so much that it was really pedestrian.
Sarah Davis says the front looks like a Granada, but the rear looks like a Cortina. And all of it looks like a POS.
Maybe it's a lemon.
Yeah, sort of 70s stroke 80s Ford cars came with rust as standard. They used to, if you listened very carefully next to sort of late 1970s cars, you could hear them rusting.
Okay.
Peter Jacks, Cheetah Heath. Gene Hunt had a Cortina. It was actually, I think it was a Mark II Cortina, but with the Mark III Cortina grille on it. It was a bit of a hybrid. Not on purpose. It was just that the classic car that they used as the beauty hero car, it turned out, had been hacked around in restoration.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, all of this is an indicator of the big reveal at the end.
No, that they weren't aware of until after it transmitted. So,
Yeah,
oh,
but
you've
come
got
on.
a Mark II with a Mark III grill. Right, apparently there was a console Cortina and there was a console Capri as well. Interesting. Mike Lane TT120 says that Deltic is amazing. It may be a diesel, but oh my god, it is stunning.
I know it's pulling a hell of a long train.
And that is actually the Acura scale Class 55. It's the one that was done as a special commission for Rails of Sheffield. I was lucky enough to pick up one of the last ones. It sold out to pre-order very early on. It's the one that's 55002. And it's in its Rail Tour guise, and it's sold out to pre-order. All of the Class 55s from Acura scale sold out, and then what happens is people who've pre-ordered it, if they don't pay for it, it doesn't just get shipped out. They sort of sit on it for a couple of weeks, and if the person hasn't responded to what?
It's sitting up for a couple of weeks. Doesn't that squash it?
And then what happens then is if they don't respond to the requests to pay for it, it gets released back into the pool. So they don't just say, oh, a bunch of people didn't bother paying for the stuff they ordered. What they actually say is, warehouse find. We've got a couple of these left. They all do it. All the shops do it. And I was lucky enough to spot the post within seconds of it going up. So I nabbed one and then told you guys about it. But it is, I do love that two-tone green, but it does have a tops number on. Sarah Davis says, maybe console is just a name for Ford, like gear. I don't know. It said on the box, Oxford Diecast said on the box, Ford console. Cameron Patterson says, good night all from Glasgow, work tomorrow, good night all. Oh, I hate that work thing. Flymo Chairman wants us Ford Granada, trying to remember that. It went through various different iterations. They were still making Ford Granadas through until at least the mid-90s. When I was in Sea Cadets, the CO had a Ford Granada, and one of the last models of them. Raymond Anthony 127 says, how are the Hellion Class 27 diesels? I had one but got rid of it after a bad experience. I find them bulletproof reliable. I'm going to change the camera angle so that I'm going to have to reach across because the monkey's disappeared and fix that camera. So come here, you mouse. There we go. Right, so just over here you'll see this is a Hellion Class 27. And it has been shuffling on that ABC shuttle for months and months and months. Absolutely perfect, really great pulling power. I rate them actually, the classes 26 and 27 from Hellion, and so the new 33s as well are really good. They're very heavy, they're quite simple. Yeah, they don't have all the whiz bangs on the DCC like lots of different lights and stuff. But I like them, and that 27, I still see them around. It's 27001, and it's in rail green with the white stripe and the full yellow ends and the white side window surround. It's a lovely model, and the factory weathering is well worth it. Now, the Cupboard Monkey has very, very desperately decided they wanted to show me. This is the Daypole windmill kit, which used to be Kitmaster, I think it was, Kitmaster. But it's an interesting little kit, actually. I thought that they'd have like a secondary sail which automatically turned it, but it appears that the entire windmill, there's like a little stick here, and the windy miller would have to come down and push it round to face the wind. So it's a particular style of windmill, but I quite like this. I think painted up to look a little bit down at heel and weathered, with some matte white paint for the woodwork, some gunmetal grey weathered for the leading, That's going to look really quite nice, but it just shows that even these kits, which must be about 60 to 70 years old, the tooling, really do still hold their own. So they
It was so problematic, though, I'll tell you. Guys.
Oh, apparently Hot Dog Pilot Andy says it's a post mill.
This rounded bit on the bottom, I'm sorry, but these days I would suggest making that in 4 pieces rather than 2, because I had to put bands around it and hope for the best for it to stick together.
Within Model Railway says, no, that used to be the Airfix kit. Ben Tullett says the Granada carried on until the early 2000s with the Granada Scorpio, the frog face thing. Yeah,
Wow.
I remember Ford went through this really bad patch with cars that looked butt ugly. Like the Ford, do you remember the Ford Probe, the Ford Puma, the Mark I Ford car, aka the plastic fantastic thing. There was the Scorpio, and they all had those sort of like wide round headlamps, and the grille that made it look like it was gurning. Valley's 56XX says that windmill looks like it fought in World War One. Oh, is that a Catch the Pigeon reference? There's in Catch the Pigeon they fly a windmill because they run out of propellers.
I'm thinking actually it's a reference to it being a bit wonky and me having not built it quite right. We need a little windy miller. Well, we're going to have a little guy on it because I've been painting up these Model U things for Jen.
Yeah, so there's a video coming on Wednesday with the Model U figures, and we've got a choice. You can either have me as Windy Miller or Richard Watson is also. Yeah, his ears are going to prick up now, so he's probably going to have us on in the background. It's like, yes, Richard Watson, you might be like the Scarlet Pimpernel to pin down for an interview, but you're going to have a mini-me on my layout.
Also, I'm not sure I've got you in the right colours or painted your hair the right way. I just painted you as generic dude. Sorry.
Yeah, let's just say that
Jen didn't tell me who I was painting.
How many times did I have to say Richard Watson?
Like, you know,
You've met him.
I don't know names.
You've met him.
I don't know names.
Oh, right. You could be like, you're like, who is it? Who is it? Where am I? Where am I? Who's Guff? Oh.
Stop prodding me with your big pointy finger.
There you go. You're gonna get prodded. So yeah. Ooh.
For those of you watching in 3D,
how? Flymo Chairman 1 says, alright, I knew it was around. Oh, sorry. It was
how many
the
wagons behind the Deltic? Well, let me
close to 100. I don't know. Has anybody actually counted the exact number of wagons? Because I haven't. 1701, the Filed Flyer says, I always thought the Ford Corsair looked decent. I always thought the Ford Corsair looked very influenced by 50s American cars with lots of fins and stuff. But if anybody's like, we're supposed to be talking about change. It is actually something that's quite interesting, cars on model railways, and I guess the Oxford Oxford Diecast is the go-to source for model cars in N gauge and double O. They do HO as well, but it's quite interesting. It's worth a little bit of a study to know what cars are suitable for what period, because it very much does set the scene. And if you look at things like photographs of towns and cities anywhere around the world, but my own personal experience here in the UK,
it is 102.
You can actually date a picture very easily to within probably a window of about 5 years by looking at the cars. It very much sets the scene. And so, like, when I look at all the home, our family home videos from the 80s and 90s, and you can tell instantly to within a few years when it was filmed by the majority of the cars that are around. I think we've taken a turn into memory lane and managed to get ourselves mugged as we put on our rose-tinted specs. We've got a lot of people talking about the cars they used to have.
It's 102 pieces of rolling stock behind that Class 55 or whatever.
Mostly coal wagons, or well, certainly private owner open wagons. But then we've also got 4 brake vans.
Yeah, so 98 coal wagons and 4 brake vans.
And Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, yes, we have mentioned that. The Rails Rummage Day next Saturday, 2nd of September. And we will be having KR models, Cavalex models, and there are a couple of other people there, including us. Cupboard Monkey and I will be there with the 4 Seasons layout, which you saw on the TV series, the 2nd series of Hornby, A Model World. This is the Lazy Susan layout, so it spins round. Still, it runs, the train runs, even whilst you're spinning it round, and it goes through 4 different seasons. So spring, summer, autumn and winter, and that will be on display at the Rails Rummage event on the 2nd of September, which is this coming Saturday. And I will be available if anybody wants me to sign Monday Club wagons or t-shirts. If you've got one of the Monday Club t-shirts as well, you can find them down below. I'm quite happy to sign those as well, though it might come out in the wash. So do look out for us there and say hello. It's a great opportunity to grab a bargain, and it will be the opening of another new shop for Rails. They're slowly buying up the street. I think this is John Barber is slowly working his way up the street. They'll be at Sheffield City Centre soon.
He's going to have a fight with that furniture shop that's doing the same thing.
Yeah, well, you know, they might go the same way as Wilco, and he can buy the entire lot in one go. What have we got running? So we've got the Acura Scale Class 55, and that 100, what do you say, 102?
Yep.
102 wagons effortlessly, absolutely effortlessly. It's like they're not even there. It just shows what a great performer they are. I'll be honest, so far, all the locomotives from Acura Scale, the Class 55 is still the best one that they have done. And I know if you talk to them, they'll always say, oh yeah, well, they're getting better every time, and like, you know, the next one's going to be amazing. But the Class 55, they really knocked it out of the park.
I don't know how they can do better.
Yeah, it's a tough act to follow. And you can see why we gave it the Locomotive of the Year last year. But what's going to be the winner of the Jenny Kirk Choice Awards this year? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows.
Jenny hasn't a clue.
Yeah.
Well, it's still months to go, so we've got to...
Yeah.
We can't make a decision now.
We've also got a pair of Brackman breakdown cranes running in the breakdown crane. You've just seen it pass the screen there. That's actually the Great Western Railway and the Southern Railway ones. They actually look fairly similar to me. And they're being hauled by a standard Class 4 tank locomotive, a 4MT. Which, RM Webb, there was somebody on there who was... Whamgock says, time to go and call me mum now, so bye. Take care, say hello to your mum for us, hope all is well, and we'll catch you next time. And don't forget that you can catch up on any of the Monday Club that you've missed. And make sure that everybody does know. Do share the Monday Club out to social media. And of course, everybody is welcome.
And remember to give your mum a call and tell her to gronk it up. Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up!
Not a cult.
For legal reasons, we must stay. It's not.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says there are YouTuber awards at Gets this year again too. Yeah, I've not heard who's actually in the shortlist yet.
Maybe they haven't released the shortlist.
Probably haven't. Either that, or I'm just not popular this year. But Charlie Bishop from Chadwick Model Railway, we are rooting for him because there's no way I can win.
Is he defending his title?
He's defending his title. Oh. But Charlie is a great guy, so I'm going to put this out there. It's like, if you vote for one person,
vote for Jenny.
No.
But if you vote for two, vote for Jenny and Charlie.
No. It's like, if you vote for one person, vote for Charlie. Because he's the one most likely to win it. He's a great guy. And certainly, don't waste your vote on me. Vote for Charlie.
Don't say things like that, Jenny. There's
This
a
is like the Brewster's Millions, the none of the above campaign.
Just remember one thing: if you know there's a line between self-depreciating and actually harming your chances, you have to be on the right side of it.
Yeah. Hot Dog Pilot Andy says, "How do we vote?" No idea. I don't think it's been announced yet.
I think it's in the magazine, isn't it? It's like
I
one of
don't
the
know.
magazines.
I don't know. Within Mother Hour says, "No, Charlie's anti-Hornby, in my opinion."
Oh.
We're just putting it out there. If you're thinking, well, Jenny's a bit of a waste of space, and you're looking for another YouTuber to vote for, we do recommend Charlie. Although, funnily enough, New Junction will be in the running this time round because he's no longer an employee of Hornby magazine. So we could be seeing a new entry into the top 10 in the form of New Junction. Melchester Mother Hour says, the Rails D1 is expensive. The price has put me off getting one, even though I want it. Unfortunately, it's a fact of life that that's the way the prices are.
Costs.
It's really expensive, and I do miss, like everybody, the good old days when you could get like a Bachmann C class for 69 quid.
And you'd still have change for a 10p mix-up on the way home.
Still have change for the bus home. I remember the Hornby XL and Y pugs. 51222 didn't cost me much more than I think I only paid about 25 quid for it, brand new. I can remember buying the Bachmann Class 25s. The first ones to be released were 25279 and 25087, and I paid £37.50 each for those. Any videos tonight, says Charlie Chimp?
I
Yes.
am actually loading them up right now.
Oh my god, it's coming up on 8:15. It's like 5 minutes since we started.
That's because you fell asleep.
Wow. Valleys 56XX says 2p for the bus, an handful of mojos and blackjacks. I remember blackjacks used to turn your tongue black.
I remember mojos, yeah.
I don't know which ones were mojos. I remember fruit salads.
Yeah. Oh. I remember mojos, but I could not describe them to you.
Yeah, live my mojo.
Yeah.
I remember. Do you remember the sherbet dips? The Barrett sherbet dips used to be 5p.
You mean the ones that are called dib dabs, not dip dabs? And
No,
everyone called them dib dabs.
Dib dabs was you had a little weird stick that you could eat.
The
and
one
then
that was
you
in a
had
paper packet.
Yeah, and you had two different
Yes.
that was dib dabs. No, the sherbet dip was a stick of licorice in the tube that was full of the sherbet powder. And the thing that me and my friend used to do, we're stuck. We've been mugged in memory lane. We will escape this hellhole in a little while. But
No, we won't. Jen lives in there.
my friend and I used to have a thing. We get the Barrett sherbet dip. We would take out the licorice, and then we would take the full hit of the entire tube in one hit into our mouth.
Well, yeah.
And you'd be like hamster cheeks.
Isn't that how you're supposed to do it?
Good times. I haven't had one of those in a long time. They'd probably be really sickly. When you're an adult, there's the sweets that you enjoyed as a kid. If they do still exist, you taste them and they're like, oh, that is horrible. It's like Frosties. Can't eat Frosties anymore. Right.
What's wrong?
Yeah, fruit salads, says Flymo Chairman. Yeah, I remember fruit salads. I wasn't like the blackjacks. They were kind of like a really intense licorice stroke aniseed flavour.
I loved them. Now you make me want traditional love.
I don't even know where you get them from.
Beamish.
No.
We're going to Beamish for some sweets.
What's this? We're going to party like it's 1899.
Yes.
Hey.
We're going to party like it's 1949.
Hey,
So,
what you like?
our
Right.
first video tonight is from Peter
Are we
Jackson.
starting a bit early
I've
then?
got a lot.
Yeah. Richard Sudersky says, what about cinder bars? Isn't that just a crunchy?
It's a crunchy without the chocolate.
Oh, that was cinder toffee. Cinder toffee. That's what.
Yeah, it's a
used
crunchy
to
without
used to go
chocolate.
to the fun fair, and you get like a big bag, and it was just like chunks of the stuff all broken up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath. I remember the flying saucers. Yeah, the space saucer things that had fizzy stuff. It was sherbet.
Oh, I'm going to have to go and get some sweets now. You're making me want sweets.
Now this is one that you know about, Zoe. Jerry BVR says, I find even bananas don't taste right anymore. You know why?
That's because the
Cavendish bananas.
The bananas in sweets, the flavouring of banana is the Cavendish banana, which unfortunately went extinct in the 1940s to 1950s due to a disease that wiped the entire crop out. Because unfortunately it was the same problem that we have with a lot of stuff. That Cavendish was actually a monoculture. There was just the one.
Yeah. Hot Dog Pilot Andy says, time to fire up the soldering iron. Night, folks. Well, look, you take care.
Thank you
can
for coming
still
along.
have us on in the background.
Bye-bye.
But it's been great having your company. Inoxian Models, evening to you. Great to see you. And don't forget that we did actually, let me just, if you saw the Inoxian Models video that we put out on Wednesday, don't forget that if you liked any of the models that you saw there, plus the full catalogue, they've got a range in N-Gauge, TT and 00. They did give us a discount code. You can get a discount off your order if you order with them from the Inoxian Models shop, at scale3d.co.uk and enter IXN 2023 as the code at checkout to get your discount.
Yes.
Great to see you in.
Joshua W56 says they should clone the Cavendish banana because they're cloning mounts. The problem is that it's not worth it.
It would just die again.
It's not cost effective. Rebreeding it might work. So we have one that's disease resistant, but it's not worth cloning because it's a very expensive process. So also, you'd have to find some DNA material from it.
Conley123 asks, Jen, any idea when the EFE Rail Class 15 is due? I do not, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Ben Tullett says, I love those Cadbury Dairy Milk Creation bars with the popping candy in them. Yeah, the jelly popping candy. Marvellous Creations. Yeah, they're good, the milk chocolate ones. But the one I absolutely adore, and they seem to have disappeared, are the white chocolate versions.
So, the first video we got tonight from Peter Jackson and Cheadle Heath
Okay.
Hello, Jenny and Zoe. Another
Hello.
short video for your delectation and consideration.
Oh, I love the way that people are using big words on us.
So, it feels like the Twilight Zone. Presented here for your consideration is blah, 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 blah.
Presented for your that word, what you said. Delectation and consideration for showing on the Monday Club. It shows the standard class 9F moving onto its train at Loughborough Great Central Railway with a cameo appearance by 73156. Now, is that a class 73 or is that something like a
I don't know, but if you press the button, we'll get there.
Alright, it's that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gosh, you can tell that we've had a huge amount of heat, sunshine and rain in the UK. You look at all of that greenery in the track, and also it's made it a little bit more difficult. They've banned decent weed killer, so we feel their pain with the greenery sprouting up in the tracks. But a beautiful locomotive. So chuggity chug chug chug. So that's running around its train there. So that's at Loughborough. So it's currently running around the train. That looks to be, that's the side with the, that's actually the goods shed there. And now it's backing back down onto the train. No. Beep, beep. Little more. Come on now. You're nearly there. Keep it coming.
Do you know that train's on my foot?
No, but if you hum it, I'll play it. So really nice video actually, and showing the coupling up as well. Big thank you to FlyMatchM1 sharing the link to the JK2 channel. If you're not already subscribed to JK2, that's our second channel, and we're putting out a lot of exclusive content over there. So well worth checking out. Do please watch the videos, share the videos, and subscribe too. So thank you there for sharing that.
How can it run? Driving around? What?
Alex Dent says, this place reminds me of the Top Gear caravan train. Very funny challenge. Well, it's where it was filmed, I believe.
Right.
And Jerry Beavy, are we ready? If that's the good shed, where's the bad one? Oh, there we go. 73156 was not a Class 73. I did have a suspicion. So that zipped round. Presumably that's then... right, so that's backing onto a train on the other platform, I'm guessing. So, I mean, it's a lovely railway. If you do get a chance to go and visit the Great Central Railway, well worth going to. Now, can you just check the camera's coming?
I am trying. We're fine.
And Hanning's Rest Model Railway says that layout's really well detailed.
It looks real.
That's your... Oh, shut up, you! I'm sorry, but you're going to get prodded. Right, come on, bring up the... I see Mark Wilson is... oh, no, sorry, I thought I missed... Yeah, Mark Wilson has fired up the DeLorean.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, Mark, I think you need to have a model DeLorean just that occasionally creeps into some of your pictures. But this has been an absolutely astounding build. So this is it London Waterloo?
Oh
But the
goodness.
attention to detail is just incredible. So yeah, London Waterloo in the Network Southeast era. So this would be what, late 80s? Early 90s perhaps, but certainly late 80s.
Remember Sock Shop?
Yeah, and Body Shop. Are they still on the go?
I don't know.
Oh, TW Trans World Airlines, are they still on the go?
I don't know, but I remember Trans World Sport.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I mean, is it the real thing or is it Mark Wilson's model? It is incredible. And
It's very difficult to tell.
And when you zoom in, the only giveaway is that W.H. Smith, you're getting a bit of a parallax error looking into it, but it's a really great model. And I mean, the detail, is everything cancelled? Yeah, look, it's it.
It's real. It's the real thing.
It's got to be the real thing. All the trains are cancelled. Yes, Raymond Anthony 127. Great Scott, Marty. Yeah,
That
Valley's
is
56XX.
shocking.
This
My goodness.
This is incredible modelling. So, there we go. We've got a pair of 50s in revised Network Southeast and original Network Southeast.
I've been here.
Yes, you have.
Oh my goodness. I
London
recognise
Waterloo.
it.
But it's just incredible, the attention to detail. And but David Scott says, no, TWA went bust along with Pan Am.
Right. And here's the photos that he took when he was back in time.
So are these his model or are these the real thing?
Judging by the way the people are moving, I think that's the real thing, and he's used the...
It's actually really hard to tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they must be the photos it's worked from.
It's... Oh my goodness.
But just incredible, stunning detail. Absolutely Richard Skudowski. Zantek says all the drivers must be watching the Monday Club. Absolutely. But look at that. That is just incredible. Absolutely incredible detail.
Yeah.
That's just unreal levels of detail.
Kiosks outside
Now,
and everything.
Mark Wilson, so I did see you in there earlier on. Can we come and film it at yours? Because I need...
Can I come and play with your train?
Can I come and play with your train? I'd love to come and do a video here. Because
Oh my goodness.
it's just the most incredible modelling that I've ever seen.
It really is shocking how good it is.
Partick Hill Station says you must do a video on how you build your models. Yeah, I think I understand if Mark's maybe doesn't want to show behind the velvet rope. It's like a magician doesn't reveal their tricks. But I would love to be able to come and film, because I've heard from New Junction, aka Richard Watson, that it is the most incredible model that he's got. It's huge. 3B rails, a superb detail, Mark, exquisite work, well done. It is. I mean, it's like going back in time. And
Yeah.
like I said, Mark Wilson, you need to build yourself a little mini DeLorean that you can pose in some of these pictures.
I sometimes feel guilty of showing Mark's stuff, because if I wanted to show my stuff, I wouldn't want it to come after his. Because anything that I showed would be bad by comparison.
No, I think that it's something that is very inspiring.
Valley's 56XXs, it's not real. There's no shouty drunks. I apologised for that. So next up we got from Charles Gibbs, private owner wagons.
Ooh.
3 shots of some on Wesley Tor Railway. Does Jenny collect private owner wagons? Do they add or distract from the realism?
I don't know. Does the Pope do his business in the woods? But yeah,
Is that bear Catholic?
yeah. I'll be honest with you. The
amazing
class
as well.
55 doing the rounds with 104 wagons or whatever it is, 102 wagons, 103.
Oh, English eggs.
That should give it away. That is not my entire collection of private owner wagons, but it's getting close to my entire collection. And I do have a soft spot for those private owner wagons. The reality is I've actually got a huge number of the ones that have been made available, as you can see. I particularly like the special commissions. I like to support model rail clubs and model rail retailers who can do their own special commissions from Bachmann. So that big long train of wagons that's going around, if you look closely actually, I would say somewhere in the region of 50% to 60% of all of those wagons are special commissions. Yeah, Mark Wilson says, the wizard behind the curtain. But yeah, Mark, I would love the opportunity to come and film at your with your time machine. But I understand if you don't want to reveal the tricks of your trade. But I'd have to come and twist your arm. Say, I want to ride in your DeLorean. Wouldn't it be fun though? He says, yeah, come on down. And we get there and it's just a garage lockup with a DeLorean in it.
So next up we have from Zantec. He says, some comings and goings at Pentland Junction, a station set right at the very top of Scotland, less than 20 miles from John O'Groats.
So what, near Thurso and Wick?
This is Pentland Junction. If you press the button, my dear.
Oh, you want the button?
Yes.
You should have said. Ooh. So we've got an all-over canopy here, which I suppose if you're right up at the top of Scotland, the weather can sometimes be a little bit horizontal, so a roof is really quite useful. So we've got a class 1, I'm going to say either 156 or a 158.
And of course this will be N-gauge, because
is
Zantec
it?
does N-gauge.
Oh, of course, yes. Within Model Railway says, I have a huge collection of PO wagons.
I'm glad you added collection on the end there. Because we are on the internet, someone turned up saying they've got a huge something.
Peter Jackson Cheadle, he said, God tier level, Mr. Wilson. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like, I'm sure he's joshing with us, and they're actually just photos of the real thing. It's 158. Boom!
Do you just know all the trains?
Even the ones that I don't know, apparently I know. That's not a 170 or a 168. That one there is, I don't know.
The only one I actually know is a Class 8 and an Intercity 125.
Yeah, no. But you know an A4. You can recognize. You could pick an A4 out of a crowd.
I could pick Mallard, yeah. Because it says Mallard on the side.
And like, you'd know what this is.
Yeah,
Topsy Toaster. For anybody who arrived late, 3B Rail very, very kindly sent us a toaster that's had a tops number applied to it. After Zoe jokingly said, and it is true, So I'd buy anything that had a tops number on it. It's a Class 21, 3B Rail says, because the real Class 21s had this habit of catching fire and making themselves very toasty. So it is a real toaster. So we could be persuaded to take this to the Rails Rummage on Saturday and actually have
I'm
it on
ordering some googly eyes to put on it, you know that.
You'll have to put them on the end.
I was going to put them on either side of the BR thing. So yes, it's a 170 cross country. Oh, look at the...
So 170, I guessed
Beep, beep.
correctly, because I wasn't sure, because I'm not up on the modern units.
Yes, Jenny Kirk, knowledge of all trains.
Yeah, something like that.
Because every train there ever was
has
gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club.
Monday Club for everyone.
So come and grab a pumpkin.
No, it's come and join the fun.
Okay.
And I don't know, we kind of didn't really think it through beyond that.
No. There we go. So if you press the...
Madison Hasley says, does the Topsy Toaster have the British Rail logo? Yes. Yes, it does.
Beep beep.
What's this beep beep every time I show something on the camera?
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Right, so
I need to show a certain picture.
There's a few there from Mark Wilson.
Yeah.
Have you been neglecting to show stuff?
No. No, I haven't.
Valley's 56XX says, I believe the Class 21 toasters had a Rolls-Royce engine and therefore blew a few kitchens up.
This is what I
good
needed
night,
to show.
Shedmouth Junction. Thanks for watching. It's been great to see you. Flamish one. Yeah, the double arrow. Leslie Gilpin Railway says you'll need to take the Class 21 to Pat Testing to get it fettled. Does Pat know that we were on a way? Or should we say Mr. Testing?
Yes.
Yes. So are you bringing something up?
I was sent a picture. I
Of
can't
what?
find there.
Oh, right.
This is it.
Oh.
So this is from Roger Windsor, and after we were talking about the tugboat, he sent me some pictures because he got inspired to give it a try himself.
I can't believe he's certainly leapfrogged you.
Yes,
Look
and
at
by
this.
give it a try, I mean he's completely outclassed me in every single way. This is an amazing tugboat.
This is the same kit that you built, isn't
This
it?
is the same kit.
Same kit.
He's cut the bottom off it to
so
allow
you can-
access for electrics and also to have it sit lower on the diorama. But yeah,
That is a really nice little diorama.
just amazing, absolutely amazing.
But it's a nice little model, actually.
I also love the way that he hasn't made it flat on the bottom, so it's tilted to one side in order to look like it's rocking in the sea.
Well, I did that on the War of the Worlds build.
That's a great
I
idea.
actually cut the bottom off at a weird angle to make it look like it was going down by the stern. But that is lovely.
It's just amazing. Thank you so much for sending that in.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much. Now, do check that camera
I will.
has just come up.
I will.
There we go. So, Hanning's Rest Model Railway says, love it. And it's some great modelling, actually, and it's always lovely to see what you guys are up to. And don't forget that you can send in either pictures as an attachment or a link to where you've got your video online to show us what you've been up to. Just send them to zoe.robinson@gmail.com. And if you put Monday Club in the subject title, it just makes them a little bit easier to find. And you too could have your work shown here on the Monday Club. And it's always, always great to see what you guys have been
Absolutely.
up to.
And here's the other thing that Roger's sent in, because he started his own YouTube channel. And I think we all need to have a look at it, because we just saw the level of his modelling.
that tug was, and he's done it in the time it's taken you to stick it together, stick your fingers to it, and give it a quick whiz over with.
You said
some
you
time.
wouldn't tell people about that.
Okay, so
If you press the button, please.
pressing the button.
So this is Knocker's Lane. It's
Ooh,
his layout.
So
And
this
here we
is,
are.
Oh look, little Nelly.
Oh,
A
wow.
very big little Nelly. I suspect Little Nelly is a slightly different scale, but there's some lovely ballasting. I know a lot of people dislike ballasting. He's just showing using the magnetic thingy to turn lights on and off in stuff.
Here we go. Beep, beep.
So this is the old Hornby Class 06 shunter. Some nice ballasting actually, and a lot of detail. Oh, I like the turntable down there at the bottom. You can see it's working properly. Ah, look at the windmill. It is the windmill you've just built. Look at it. Yeah. Cupboard monkey, look at it, love
I'm
it.
looking at it.
Lick it, sniff it.
I'm not going to lick it.
Well, I like the bridge.
This is an amazing layout.
This is nice. There's a lot going on, a lot of height. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, great to see you. Hope I find you well. And Partick Hill Station says your video quality is a bit fuzzy today. And I think it's the video that we're showing. It might just be because of the low light, the camera struggled a bit.
Who knows?
But one thing I will say is that to get really good pictures, try and get the lights in the room nice and bright. Light is key to getting really good video and pictures.
I actually use an interesting set of outdoor garden lights.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah, you do actually.
in
like
my
a
office.
spotlight.
it's
Bally's 56XX. Lick the model.
Lick it.
Lick it. Lick it. Taste it. So yeah, loads going on in that layout.
Yeah,
Scanning's Restaurant
really
Road.
like
Thank
that.
you so much for
So
sharing that with us.
Like I said, he's got a new channel, so get in there at the ground level.
Okay, so next one up is Simon Poole, who says, good evening, Jenny and Zoe. Went to the Battlefield Line Railway for their model weekend and filmed the layouts which are on display. And there might be a Gronk in the video as well. Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Not a cult.
For legal reasons, we must tell you, it is not a cult.
Yeah, for tax purposes, it's not a cult. So, we're just waiting for the unskippable advert to go through.
What's wrong there?
Now I'm just scanning back through the comments. Yeah, Valley's 56XX, hashtag not a cult, absolutely. Oh, we're just waiting for the unskippable advert.
Here we go.
Right.
As Simon trains.
Market Bosworth. There was a battle there, wasn't it? Was that Richard III?
The Battle of Bosworth Field.
Yeah, was that hence Battlefield Line? Yeah. It's all the pieces are slotting together, aren't they? So this is the model weekend. This is a Penabont 16mm.
I think I've seen Penabont.
Yeah, I'm sure this was at.
It's got live stream.
Are those real plants in the foreground? Because they really do look good.
Yes, they do.
No, I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great effect. I think they're Goldcrest conifers at the back, but that actually works really well. Are these real plants? Does anybody...
Some of those leaves look amazing. They're so realistic.
I'm almost certain that they're real plants, but I'm not sure that if they're not real plants, they are. That is incredible modelling. So yeah, Joshua W56. It is narrow gauge, but that's incredible. So now we move on to this is the vintage Triang Railways and Minnick Motorways.
Looks fun.
Yeah, I mean this is back in the days where the aim. Whoa! Beep, beep.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa! That is like you're chancing your arm on that crossing.
Oh!
But this is back in the days when it was all about fun. Marston Jabbit Engage.
So that was so good.
Yeah. I do like that viaduct in the background. That is nice.
Yeah.
Again, a lot going on this. Some nice signals as well. Oh look, Piggly Wigglies! Look in the field, Piggly Wigglies! Yeah. I do love a Piggly Wiggly. And those are CPVs, press flow cement.
They're C3POs?
CPVs, cloth is.
What?
So we've got a lot running on here. I'm sure that was a Continental locomotive at the head of that press flow tray. Whoa, that's quite a long train, actually.
Yeah.
So
You get a lot of in gauge.
and that is a class 26. I'm going to say that's a class 26. I didn't catch its number, with a shark brake fan and some dogfish.
I
which
really
are the
like
ballast toppers.
the style he's got of putting the titles on the screen, where everything's sliding in and.
Yeah.
It's
Take
very nice.
notes, monkey of cupboards. Oh, a nice class 73 in. Is that Air Tour Suisse? That's was a lovely livery. I do like that livery. And then we've got the Network Southeast Bubble Car class, either a 121 or a 122. I can't tell them apart, to be honest.
Valley's 56XX says, I must try a Piggly Wiggly sometime. Is it like a colonic irrigation? No.
It's an American supermarket chain.
I wouldn't go to the Piggly Wiggly for a colonic irrigation. You might get funny
see,
looks.
Americans, where you have a Piggly Wiggly, you must think, why did she get so excited? Because you're so used to it. We don't have Piggly Wiggly over here, so it sounds
No, we've got
slightly
Asda.
Asda. Tesco.
Oh! It had a Christmas hat on.
This is in G scale. G for ginormous. Some quite tight curves, actually. So I think these are like 45mm track width. So effectively, it's gauge 1 track. I could be wrong.
Oh, they look amazing. More
Going
real
to the
plants
dogs
in the
actually
background.
corrects me and says it's actually a 33, and so does Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath. So, oh no! No, my train foo has broken down.
Jenny doesn't have knowledge of all trains. You have to prod
will-
yourself this
no,
time.
I have to
no,
prod-
you don't prod me because you got
I'm
it
going to
wrong.
make myself feel better by prodding the cupboard.
You're off.
monkey. There we
You're
go.
off. It's not
This
fair.
is nice. Oh, I like this. Snowy River Railroad, ON30
We're gonna-
scale, which is
Oh, that I love the American
it's
style.
it's like HOM. If you're wondering what ON30 is, it's approximately an equivalent of HOM in Europe. It's what, about 3 foot gauge, something like that.
I love the American style of local. It's
Yeah.
got some really interesting
But
designs.
the US stuff is so interesting. They have quite a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
You don't have these acres and acres of fences. You just have these little overgrown short lines that kind of meander through people's gardens. It's really quite weird. I love it. Is
We're
that
going to have to end
shay
at
or
the
a
end of
club?
this one, though, because it is a
Are we?
14-minute video and we've got others to
Okay,
show.
yeah, but you
But this
can-
is lovely. Thank you so much for that.
So it's Ella Road, modern image, really nice layout. There's a great variety here, but we're going to have to move on. We have posted the link, so you can find the video. We put the link up.
Yeah,
And,
that was wonderful. Thank you
yeah,
so
really
much for
great
sending
fun.
that in.
Flymo Chairman 1, thank you for sharing that link. If you want your very own Model U 3D model of me for your layout, you can order it in any scale you like, from N gauge up to 1/12 if you want a Royal Dalton-esque figurine.
You can have it in
And
any colour you want, as long as it's grey.
you can request for Dan Overson of Tunnel Lane Model Railways to paint the figure. If you're not confident in painting it yourself, you can, for an additional fee, commission Dan over at Tunnel Lane Model Railways to paint me.
And I'm going to suggest that you do, because I painted Jenny
Hey, you
for
made-
her
made a
review,
right hash of it.
and I gave myself eye strain. I'm not kidding.
Well,
I had
that's
to go
the
and have a
double
lie
line.
down.
Yes, any old excuse for a lie down.
I did. I couldn't see properly. I gave myself eye strain. Literally, it hurt.
Valley's 56XX asks, what's the livery on that 37? I think it was Euro Phoenix.
Yes.
So, next one up, we've got from Richard Swideski, says Monday Club Videos. Hi, Jenny and Zoe. Hello. Hope all okay. Just a little video of 6115 Scots Guardsman at Hertford Station in Cheshire. And this was on the 21st of August 2023. Light engine from St Philip's HSTD to Carnforth Steamtown. So, if you want to bring that up, let's make
I
it
will.
the full size
Press
of...
the button. Press the button.
I pressed the button.
Press the button.
So, Oh, hurries past Hertford Station. So, Flymer1, thank you so much. Want to buy the Jenny Kirk Monday Club mugs, t-shirts and books, and also hoodies. We've got their stickers. We've got a link there. 156 Andrew says, Jenny, where's Gandalf? Are you late?
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Whoa,
Thanks, Gandalf.
he's not going to sell much ice cream going at that speed, is he?
57305 Northern Princesses. Zoe, did you paint Jenny like one of your French girls? No, she made me draw clothes on her.
What, like one of your French girls?
Oh, for goodness sake. How do you not know? Draw me like one of your French girls.
Oh, what, the ones that pose in the nuddy?
Yeah. Have you never
Oh.
seen Titanic?
Oh, right. You don't want me in the nuddy, yeah? But Greenpeace would be along to push me back in. Right.
And then all the whales throw you
Hot
back
Dog
out.
Pilot Andy, welcome back. As the soldering done, shed locked, I'm back.
Welcome back.
It's always great to see you. Don't forget to tickle that like button if you haven't already done. And Nigel Cole says, oh my god, that little Thomas real.
I wanted to say that, but Jen keeps prodding me.
Mike King says, why has the Deltic got a goods train? Because. And how
Yeah,
many
there they
wagons
are.
is it pulling? What was it?
102.
Oh,
98 coal wagons and 4 brake vans.
Yeah. Timothy Kindheart says, thank you. Right, just check that the cameras come up.
What's wrong? What are you laughing at?
It's getting warm in here, but gosh, I can't believe how quick the Monday Club has gone tonight.
Yeah.
And of course, at the end of the Monday Club, after a suitable period of just enjoying the trains running round, you will be automatically shuffled on over to Gamehammer Classic Gaming and Monkey Magic.
Providing I actually set that up, which I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
So, Monkey Magic,
oh my goodness,
what
that
are
show.
you going to be playing tonight on the Gamehammer Classic Gaming? Is it
don't know.
anything goes night?
It's the anything goes night. You basically
I'm gonna have
make
to-
a request.
I'm gonna have to pinch this because I'm burning up.
Yep, you do what you need to, Beth.
It soothes. It soothes. I've really scratched myself. I must be allergic to juniper bushes because every time I go delving into the juniper bushes that we've got in the garden for doing garden railway work, I always end up with like really itchy forearms. It's horrible.
So we're going to have another
Oh.
one from Simon Trains tonight.
That's fine. We're working through the backlog. I saw another one from Mark Wilson as well. I'm
There
curious.
will be, yes.
Yeah, Monkey Magic, born from an egg on a mountaintop and so forth, says Valleys 56XX. Yeah,
So-
it's weird. When you watch it now, it's like, oh, I remember this being better.
Yeah, try reading Journey to the West and then watching it and you'll be like, that never happened.
Yeah, Peter Jackson Cheatham Heath asks, Zoe, do you do PS1 stuff?
I do, but I don't have a huge PS1 collection. I'm more into PS2, but if I have it, we'll play it. That's the rules on the show.
James Pett says hello again. So, James, did you miss?
Welcome back.
Did you miss us saying thank you for the Moquette pencil case? This has been sent
I
in.
love the feel.
Well, yeah, it's sort of hard wearing, I think, is what you'd call it, and
Yeah.
which is entirely the point. So, thank you so much for the Moquette pencil case, and in approval of its superior functionality, I've already put my purple Bic biro in there.
Jenny loves that purple pen.
In fact, pass me the black biro that's there. We're going to add a second pen into the magical mystery Moquette pencil case. Ooh, I love it when we get something in the pouch.
If you've got it, can you play Crash Twinsanity?
Oh, you do have that on PS2.
I believe I have the PS2 version, yeah.
Yes, you do. That's from Madison Hasley. And Raymond Legg says, Gronk it up. Gronk it up.
Gronk it up.
Not a cult. For
For
legal,
legal reasons, we
for
must
legal
say
and
it
tax
is not a
purposes.
cult.
Yes.
Your mileage may vary.
Gun Guy 65 says, hi from down under.
Hello
G'day.
there. But that does mean that he's late.
Yeah.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
So, next up, we have, from Simon Poole, hello Jenny and Zoe. sending this email while watching the Cupboard Monkey Takeover. And when we saw Lion v Tiger, remember seeing a comment about seeing the real lion. So this video is showing Lion, which is on display at the museum in Liverpool. Remember to gronk it up
and buy the Jenny Kirk pound brick wagon or get a brick through your window. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so here we go.
We sell medical insurance. If you buy the insurance, you won't get your legs broken.
That is a great idea.
Yeah. That sounds like Billy's medical insurance.
Yes.
Actually, it would be Billy's window insurance. If you pay the insurance policy, they guarantee you won't get a brick through your window.
My goodness, look. It's tiny.
Well, yes.
Oh. No wonder they were able to pick it up in that film.
Yeah, although that was a prop.
Do you think? Like
James Pett says, I approve of lions. There's some lovely ones at London Zoo. James says, what loco couldn't I do without? Has to be the Class 37 best.
Oh, we get to see it a bit closer.
Ooh. There seems to be a lot of audio-visual stuff going on around
Yeah,
here.
around it, yeah.
Yes, James Pett says, fluffy but fierce. It's like a big cat, really. But don't try and stroke it. Yeah.
Don't stick your head in it.
Yeah, no. Certainly not a case of stick your head in their mouth and then whip its wedding tackle with a damp towel.
But
that would be a bad
as
thing.
the saying goes, if not friend, why friendship?
Okay. So, there we go, the real lion. Ben Tullett says, I approve of lion bars. I like the white chocolate ones. If you can find
I haven't
those, they
seen
are
them for
really
ages.
nice. For some reason, you have to hunt for them.
Yes.
Gun Guy 65 says, I'm sitting in the car ready for work, need train therapy before starting. Oh. But here we are with Vitamin Train on display.
Vitamin T, you love it. Arr.
As opposed to Vitamin Mr. T. Pin it, fool! Richard Swiderski says, we'll have to revisit the museum in Liverpool to see live.
Yeah.
John Martin says, Jenny, pull yourself together. Intro to insane. People will whisper behind your back. I don't
They
know.
did that anyway. That is a really
Raymond
nice
Legg
looking-
says, I think that was a Japanese loco too. And
the size of the thing. And
Ham
the
Shackleton. Oh, shots fired! Shots fired! Ham Shackleton says white chocolate isn't chocolate. There's no cocoa in it.
He is right. He's technically correct.
No,
the
no.
best kind of correct.
No. There's no cocoa itself in it. But hold on, right? Do you want to just press make sure the thingy's come up? Oh, I like the Jerry BVR. Yes, I see your point. Says Jenny, Gun Guy 65 isn't late. He's just early for next week's stream.
Yes. I agree with that. I like that idea. Right, we've got a little bit of time. So
the next one up, we've got Peter Chitty. Says, is it too late to submit a video? No, it's never too late. Says, here is one of my older shorts. Will need sound on. Yeah.
We can't
because we can't preview it. Martin Parkinson says white chocolate is an abomination. And good night. Oh, I hope the white chocolate hasn't put you off. I love white chocolate, but am I pressing a button?
Right. Let's Make Tracks. That's who it is. Okay, so this is from Let's Make Tracks.
Okay. John JMC, our guru of sound, is linked there on Facebook.
I can't make this bigger, so if you press the button.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a short, so it will just go around in circles.
Okay.
Sorry, it will repeat itself, yes. And there's the information for those of you
Oh
who
yes,
can read
it will presumably have a very posh, like, oh, what, oh?
Yes.
Oh, jolly good show. Our boys are being very plucky, shoveling coal like Ballyho into the
It's a
firebox.
TT120, love
Yeah.
it.
Shoveling coal like Ballyho into the fire hole. Oh, good show. And there's always time for a cup of tea with lashings of hot milk. Ho ho! Yes, life on the footplate of the Flying Scotsman. Oh, jolly good show. We're having a gay old time here. I think it's just looped.
Yes, because it's a short.
Right, just check the cameras come up.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for sending that in.
JD133 So JD1533 Workshop says, I made it late, but I made it. Hello from Queens, New York.
Hello there.
Made it late.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
James says, Jenny, I've a private number plate with your initials. What, J-E-K? Wow. Which
What,
presumably
G-I-T?
which presumably means your initials are J-E-K. Otherwise, it would be very strange having a private plate that's like Jack? Jack? What's Jack? So, next one up is from Timothy Kynard, which is East Broadtop Railroad, PA. Is that Pennsylvania?
Will they?
550 Main Street, Robertsdale, Pennsylvania.
So yes,
It says East Broadtop Railroad, Pennsylvania video. So if you want to make that full screen,
go for it. Beep.
okay.
Here we go. Oh my goodness.
And again, it's like you look at this and it's just, there's so much access to
Yeah, there's
things.
just a dude walking past.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that great?
Look at the size of that thing. The
Hey,
sheer scale of this
I like
thing
that
is
first
shocking.
coach. That's like the one that we went on the Welsh Highland Railway.
Yeah.
It seemed like a really good idea until the wind started blowing smuts from the locomotive.
I remember that, yeah.
Joshua
love this
W56 says it's a little bit late to say that now since it's probably near the ending time. Oh.
Oh, that is lovely.
Roger Windsor says all these posts about sweets, waiting for Bertie Bassett to appear. Oh, caboose! 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 I saw a
There's a caboose loose about this house.
Yeah, just check that the camera's
I'm
coming.
trying to press the button and then it won't. I can't find them. There it is.
I can
Oh
s-
my goodness! I couldn't find the mouse. Squeak, squeak. Couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't have found
follow
the mouse.
squeak. So where are
my
we on
goodness.
time? We've got time for one more, I
Yes.
think. So we're going to try. Mark Wilson, I need to
No,
see.
Mark Wilkes.
Oh, I thought it was. I misread it. So this is from Mark Wilkes. So on the same day that I had the Rod 1918 running, I also had the N-gauge trains running on the N-gauge layout, pushing Rule 1 to its limits. We didn't already show this previous week, did we?
No. We showed this rod running, but hey.
Oh, matron.
This is pushing Rule 1 to the limit. Push it to the limit.
Hit play. There we go. So what have we got?
Past the point
We've got a
of no
31
return.
with their SPVs, so they're former fish fans.
Beep, beep.
And then we've got something that looks like the German ICE train. They're Mark III coaches. They're sure that's the German ICE.
That was
train.
great. I like that.
Yeah. So Donald Trump doesn't look very happy in the top left.
Yes,
of it.
old Donny Trumpet there.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the last one we can do tonight, unless it's a very, very short video.
Okay. Well,
Oh, actually, we got some pictures from Mark Edwards.
yep, we can do this. We can do this. So this is hi Jenny and Zoe. Thought we'd send some photos for the Monday Club. The latest progress at my 00 Garden Railway. Always love a good Garden
Yes.
Railway build. After seeing Jenny's review of the Legacy track last year, I thought we'd try and replace the Pico track through a difficult section of the line to access. Through two long tunnels that pass under the garden path. The shorter tunnel is 1.7 metres in length and the other is 2.7 metres with only 0.4 metre gap between the two portals. The tunnels are built on the cut and cover method. I've also included a section of disused single tracks. You haven't told us whether the Legacy track has improved the running. So this looks really nice. I love the ballasting. Really smooth curves on that. And the bridge too.
Yes.
Really, really nice. So
That is lovely.
I do like that.
And look how it's just built into the sides. It's been there a while. The
That
grass
is
has grown
nice.
back
And a
in.
great use of natural rock for a feature there
Yeah.
as well. And there's the tunnel. So
Oh.
can we zoom in? What's that on the roof?
He's got a hole to allow access, no doubt.
Oh, so he can stick his hand down to get the items to roll.
To get the inevitable derailments
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
That is really well carved.
Really, that's really well laid track as
Yeah.
well. So that is nice.
There's the top.
All right. Oh, so it's done like I like that. So it's like Kilsby Tunnel. If you fly a drone over the Kilsby Tunnel ventilation stack in the middle, you can see trains going by. I've seen drone footage that shows just that. So
Oh.
good night to you, 3B Rail, and
Thanks
you
for coming
so
along.
Yeah, thanks for the toaster as well. Topsy Toaster. Would you like some tops numbers on your toast? Ooh, I like that.
It's
Nice
all
you-
grown into it. That is wonderful.
Nice use of the Pico tunnel portal there.
Yeah.
That is lovely.
So well done.
Zantex says 31 with rail freight wagons, 2 times JR Hot 7000 series. DMU said, oh, so they're Japanese rail. Right, I'm with you.
Look at that. That curve is so smooth.
This is lovely. It's so well laid. I mean, the
Yeah.
curve on that track, it makes me embarrassed at just how badly laid my track is.
Another good shot.
So, yeah, that's... Really, I mean, this must run perfectly. The track is so well laid. Those tunnel mouths are
Oh,
really
man.
bedded in nicely. Oh,
And there we-
right. So that's a disused line.
Wow.
I like the use of the moss, actually
Yeah,
letting
I
them.
love the way it feels like it's part of it.
Yeah, getting them. I'd love to know how you've managed to get the moss there. Whether it's a happy accident or whether there's something you've done that's encouraged the moss to actually take root.
That is amazing.
Also,
Thank
where
you
does
so
that
much.
go? I mean, I am curious. I presume it's just a blank, so it goes in a little way and then stops. But
Don't know. But yeah, that's all we've got time for tonight, unfortunately.
yeah. We've gone.
Pressed the wrong button, sorry.
There we go. So look, it's been really great. Loved looking at some of your projects. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sending those in. Some great stuff there. Mark Wilson, will you stop taking your DeLorean out back in time? But certainly they look great. But it's been really great having you guys' company. Thank you so much for coming. And just to recap on the news, Hornby have shown off the decorated samples of the new Turbomotive available in Crimson Lake or BR Early Black. We've also had bumper announcements from Rapido Trades, which include the livery samples of the Metropolitan Railways E-Class 044. That looks amazing. We've also had the announcement of the 44XX Prairie Tank, which does differ from the 45XX that has been made available previously through Bachmann. So this is great that we're actually getting a somewhat different locomotive, and I really do approve of that. We also have the official announcement of the S160 with a CAD 3D render, by the look of it, of the S160 that does look amazing. And if that wasn't enough, we've also seen the announcement of the Lomac wagon. This is the low-slung machinery wagon, which were built originally during the Second World War for the LMS and the LNER, and further amounts were built by BR to a similar diagram. And these ran in traffic all the way through into the late 1990s.
You shouldn't run in
some of
traffic.
and certainly they're offering a wide range of different liveries, including very eye-catching Satlink, a yellow and red, plus olive green, a bright yellow, plus actual traffic liveries going back to the Northeastern and LMS Railway. We also saw the announcement of the Manning Wardle L-Class, both with and without cabs. So some bumper announcements from Rapido. Bachmann have also released images of the livery samples of their Tallis Thin and Dolgoch locomotives in 009. These look absolutely amazing. And staying on the 009 theme, Pico have released the announcement that they are actually definitely doing the large England locomotives, as well as a run of the small England locomotive in the guise of Palmerston. And whilst I did know that Palmerston was on the way, because Pico did tell me, it was purely conjecture as to whether they would do the large Englands, and they have, and these will feature the correct pattern wheels and will come in a variety of different liveries in the guise of both Welsh Pony and the long lost and sadly missed Little Wonder. We've also had an announcement from Bachmann that we've got some more retailer regional special commissions. I've only managed to get details on the ones for the North, Scotland and Yorkshire, which will be a pair of Class 20s. One of them is 20100 and I think the other one is 20048, but don't quote me on that. And I can't tell you what the other regional exclusives for the retailers are, but they're the ones that I am aware of. And finally, to round us off on the news, Hellion's 10800 pioneering prototype diesel locomotive has finally reached the shops in both BR Black with silver bogies and the early cycling lion emblem, and also in the later BR Green with the later crest and no yellow ends. So a bumper crop of news there to be going on at, and certainly it's going to be an expensive time. We've also had news as well, going back to Rapido, of some of the Titfield Thunderbolt items are now on their way. And those coaches actually, including an original Great Eastern Railway livery, do look amazing. So really, really looking forward to those. But until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so. You can also check us out over on Patreon and help support the channel to keep making the videos that you want to see with a number of different tiers of rewards. And you can also become a channel member too. And a big, big thank you to everybody who supports the channel. Thank you so, so much. But until next time, it's me, Jenny Kirk, and the Cupboard Monkey saying happy modelling. Bye for now.
The train now departing is the 2106 service to Grove Street Yard, stopping at Bolton Trinity Road, Mineth Tatis, Tatis Newydd, Butts for Nothing, Eindhoven, Pittsburgh, Somehow, and then on to Grove Street Yard. That's the 2106 service to Grove Street Yard. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Monday Club for everyone. Come on and join the fun, you're all invited. And also don't forget, you can catch up with both myself and the Cupboard Monkey on this Saturday's Rails Rummage at Rails of Sheffield, and we will have the Four Seasons layout as featured on Hornby, A Model World. Have you set it up so that people will automatically go to your stream at the end? They'll get an option to jump over, yes.
Right, but it's all set up, isn't it? Okay, right, go on, bog off.
What I'm going to say to you, Jen, is this.
Pass me the mouse.
I will see you later. Stopping at 3 cocks, all change for Lord Hereford's knob.
Oh, matron.
Oh, love it. Jen. See you later.
Go on, bog off. Will you, how can I miss you if you won't go away?
Well, the rain's not that great, so probably quite easily.
Oh, ha ha. Come on, push off. So your night's live streaming entertainment will shortly continue over on the Gamehammer Classic Gaming channel. You don't need to do anything other than click yes when you get a prompt to automatically shift you over there. But from me and everybody here at Wearyard, thank you very much for joining us. Take care, happy modelling, and good night. And don't forget as well that on Wednesday we're going to be having a video featuring the Model U range of figures. We're going to be looking at painting them as a little project with the Cupboard Monkey. And Friday's video will feature the latest instalment of the O-Gauge Garden Railway build. It's one not to miss because we're looking at trying to get trains running for the first time. I hope you will join us then. But until then, you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling.